Okay, we're not trying to brag here at Displayit or anything, but September was a really good month for us. We set the all-time record for sales in a single month, sales in a single day, sales in a week, and sales for a year with 3 months left in the year. That's the good news. The bad news? We've completely run out of space. We've really been blessed with a lot of success here at Displayit over the last few months. In July, we had a leadership retreat where we set some sales goals for the next 18 months as well as 5 years. And now we're kind of dealing with the reality of those sales projections as we have completely run out of space. This is our fabrication area, and we have got stuff everywhere. We've got metal inventory here on the floor. The guys hardly have enough room to set up exhibits. We've got to solve this problem quickly. We're here with Andrew, our fabrication manager. Andrew, I just got to ask you, how do you work efficiently with such little space?
Efficiently?
This was a really big decision. Whether we decided to buy or lease this space, you're talking about a decision that will affect us for the next 10, 20 years. I had to decide, did I have the guts to make this decision? So the first option we have is, maybe we just try to keep the business where it's at. Don't focus so much on growing the business, but optimize it. Focus on profitability. Well, I had to wrestle through these decisions with my dad, so let's see what he thinks.
So what are our real options? We can stick with what we got, stay in our comfort zone. We could expand in small baby steps, take little chances, or we can go for it. What have we risked to get here? What are the hard times that we have come through? We're toughened by difficult challenges and competitiveness of our marketplace. For me, it's an easier decision than for you, Josh. Let's face it, I've got limited years to go here. You've got a whole lifetime with 4 kids to raise and get through college. So it's easier for me to say, let's go for it, let's take the risk. But I think that's who we are. We've always made that decision because in the end, that fulfills our purpose.
So I talked it over with my dad and it was clear, we had to grow the company. That's just who we are. And to give our team the best chance to grow their careers and grow and support their families, Displayit needed to move forward, so we needed new space. So the next big question we had to wrestle with is, do we buy or do we lease space? The case for buying would be, a rent payment would be the same as a mortgage payment. And at the end of 10, 15, 20 years, you're going to have a lot of equity built up to show for it. The downside of buying is we'd have to take a good bit of our working capital and devote it to the purchase of a new building. And we wouldn't have that capital available to make other improvements we needed to in the business. So let's see what Fred thinks is a way to handle this decision.
It gets down to 2 kinds of analysis. One is financial. Financial involves how much equity do we want to take out of the business and put into real estate. And with leasing, how much do we want to commit ourselves to a long-term lease in somebody else's facility? Right now, land and building expenses are very high, so we're not going to be able to buy our property right. But there is an emotional connection to a facility that you own. And I think that's the second important analysis. How important is it for us to emotionally connect with the projection of the company being a beautiful brick and mortar building? We can do an awful lot with the equity we put into the real estate and feel really good and excited and comfortable and at peace with our decision because we'll have plenty of working capital to do everything we need. So there is a kind of emotional satisfaction that comes with knowing, you're flush with cash.
So we went back and forth with this one, buy or lease, buy or lease. But finally we decided, from the beginning of Displayit, we've had the most success when we were serious about investing and growing our business. And we feel that right now, we can make a better investment by focusing our resources on continuing to grow the company as opposed to making a real estate investment. So we made the decision to lease our space. I'm not gonna lie, this was a really scary decision for us. But like my dad said, Displayit has always been about growing and moving forward. And I want to give an opportunity for the company to continue to be a blessing to as many clients as we can and to be a blessing to our team. Everyone who works for us deserves a chance to keep moving their career forward. We can't stand still. So we've got our eyes on some space just down the road this way that's going to double our footprint. It's going to allow us to be way more effective and efficient in what we do. But it's still scary. There's still a chance that things may not go right. But we're going to give it our best effort. We're going to stay committed to our mission of being a blessing to our clients, to our vendors, our teammates, and our community. Well, I got to get back to work. Got to start planning for this new space. See y'all later.